Hello, brothers and sisters. This is Lisa Luciardin here with Our Need to Give to the World and Heal American Love and God and Arise to God's Truth. I wanted to say that thank you so much for taking this message. We need to really consider to all come to truth about the future vote for 2024. We have to realize that we need to put America first. We need to realize that there is changes over this period of the last 10 to 20 years, as I told you. There's a special understanding of a chart, actually, to make it very simple, that I made that have been differences over the last 10 to 20 years. So even though we should keep our Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and all our rules and regulations, we need to always stay with the foundation of America, which is Judeo-Christian nation. It's to put family and children and parents and individuals first under the Judeo-Christian law of the Constitution. And that's what our Constitution Declaration of Independence was based on. It was based on the Judeo-Christian ethics. We need to realize we can't deny that there's problems in our America. I want to read something that I wrote. Today, in a globalized world of geopolitical powers, it is paramount to have an understanding of the multicultural beliefs and working acceptance and respect and negotiation of working to fulfill all missions and protect and the life of humanity and all of life, understanding and entering into a culture and the complexities of anything such as Islamic life and geopolitical powers that we'll be discussing today, in the life of other dominant cultures and even third world countries, is a pinnacle delivering peace. It's a pinnacle delivering peace when we work together and use strategic, perfect wisdom and knowledge on how to deliver safety and success in America. We need to realize that there needs to be liberty in the evolution of well-being and safety and empowerment of humanity. We need to be evolved in the evolution of humanity, since we've opened up all the borders and we've let in all these people in our country that causes much disease. You can see there's a measles outbreak. It will cause much criminal business. It causes 1 out of every humanitarian trafficking amongst the immigrants, and 1 out of every 10 people. Suspectively, it's supposed to be affected. It affects 1 out of every 10 people. There's the plan that these elite communists had to bring the people in America on the borders was effective to bring America down. It showed they were effective. We have to take them seriously. We didn't take them seriously about the fentanyl. There is a war on American people. I told you this before. There's a war with Ukraine and Russia, which they knew that Russia knew that America would step in to protect Ukraine. There's a war with Hamas in Israel. They knew that America would step in to protect Israel. There's a war with the fentanyl in the war on the drugs, in the war on the open borders. Now there's Hamas in our country. There's ISIS in our country. There's criminal cartels. There's 9 or 10 criminal cartels, and 9 of them, many are Latin cartels that to work directly in America, unfortunately. But I believe we could come to terms with them, and they could change, and we could protect our country from these cartels. And the largest cartel is the Italian one, but they call it a cartel, but most of their work is business that is legal. They just happen to be the wealthiest because that's the way Italians work. They work together with each other, but they just happen to call it a cartel. But it doesn't. They don't come across our borders per se. They're mostly that comes across our borders is the China cartel and the Latin cartels, and now the Russian cartel will be coming through. It's a very, very serious thing. It's a very terrible that's all related to the fentanyl thing, especially the China cartel and the Latin cartel, the Sinaloa. The Sinaloa is a top cartel that is used and sells the most drugs in America. And then we have the China cartel that's quiet, that people don't know about. And just like President asked the Chinese president at the time when President Trump was president, he says, "Do you have problems with drugs?" "Oh, no, we don't." We need to realize this was a plan, a silent war to bring America down. And we need to realize we need to make changes. We need to make changes for America because of this. Knowing and planning intercultural communities of relationships and professional levels promotes the highest movement of life to allow what is formed in a culture already and allowing it to evolve to the best of humanity and the ecosystems. That statement is saying that we need to come together with the truth of having the foundation of America's truth, but still living in peace amongst all the different cultures. Because of the world forums and the elite powers of many of the world controls, it is essential to integrate, assess, and develop relationships that serve its culture with the utmost justice, peace, and protect the people first and the children to the utmost urgent work. And that's what we need to do. That's why we need to help protect the Palestinians by taking out Hamas, because Hamas will always use the Palestinians for their shield, their war tool shield, to take power. And now it's even more severe because, as I told you, that Hamas is controlled by Iran. And now there's the BRICS. We're all controlled together, Russia, China, Iran, and Turkey, and all the different peoples that are in the BRICS now, the exchange. So they're controlling the monetary system. And now Saudi Arabia is also with the BRICS. Beautiful Saudi Arabia. I love Saudi Arabia, but they happen to choose with the BRICS, and they're not protecting any of our honorable work that we've done together, Saudi Arabia and ourselves, all these years. So they chose to go with BRICS, but they're selling oil at a lower barrel, and we're not selling our oil, and we're not in the BRICS. And so when they sell, brothers and sisters, do you know this? When they sell products, it doesn't sell between the dollar anymore. So the dollar becomes flat. It becomes less valuable. And so, and then now they're selling with their own currency. So that brings the dollar value very low, but it is staying quite strong though. But we have to be careful. I don't think we should have CBDs, just digital dollar. We need to still make cash, because when they try to do the dollar, to change the dollar, which is with currency, the middleman needs to be a middleman to pay. And most of these people are not millionaires and billionaires where they could write off that deduction and make it so easy for them and have extra money, and just extra money because they have most of the money. All the trials and tribulations will go on the regular people. They want that for many reasons: for the control of funds, control of people, where they are, what they spend, and also they think it's going to be better for our country because the dollar's value is low. But no, we need to stay with the cash. We cannot accept digital dollar, and we have to ask and vote for this. These things are all important. Everything working together is important. All these subjects have to run together with each other. We cannot be separated in one section. Like, for example, the judge that went against President Trump, she had her own ideology, her own rules and regulations. That should have been addressed in the beginning. She already had a plan to try to take Trump down in the beginning before she came in, and that was her plan. Trump is innocent. He should not have to be paying any amounts that they want him to pay. Those things, to me, are all false injustices and false laws, and they use the laws incorrectly as rhetoric and not truth, because there's things there's politics, as Aristotle tells us. Politics is very important, but ethics is more important than politics any time. And so she's just using politics for her identification of which she believes that Trump did. But Trump is innocent to me, just like the January 6th people are innocent, just like corporate censorship. The people are innocent. The lay people, the people that want to put out freedom of speech are innocent. The Floyd, our beautiful Floyd that had drug addiction and had violence and a gun. He's a man that had problems with drugs, and many of us have problems that we have to deal with, but he happened to have a very serious problem with drugs and carrying a lethal weapon and not listening to the police. And so Chauvin was afraid, and you saw what he did, but I believe that he didn't kill Floyd because Floyd was under the influence of drugs. He had medical problems, which we found 13 counts against Floyd. All these things are important to realize because things have changed over a period of time. As I told you, geopolitical problems, drugs, geopolitical economy, technology, all these things have changed. So laws have to be protected and also developed. And more laws have to become enforced with things like this, that drugs such as he was taking, they have contraindications in using technology and gun and all those. They cause extra stress and extra actions that a police may do, or the criminal may do, because it causes, these drugs cause many mental health problems and medical problems. He had heart fibrillation. So anybody that has heart fibrillation and high blood pressure and heart problems, they can't run a 50-yard dash. They could die. He had heart fibrillation, plus he had a brain tumor they found in the autopsy. These are important things. I know I'm not going off track. I'm trying to show you how they all relate. That there's laws and regulations that is a beautiful pillar of light that we have in America. There's also technology and information, which is very large, but we are controlled by censorship, corporate censorship. Then the laws and regulations are not so high. Our laboratories are not protected. Our borders are not protected. Our people are not protected. The police don't get a fair case because he did not kill Floyd. He had heart fibrillation. He had medical health problems that caused his death. So he should have less time, Chauvin. And that was a political decision, Many people have said all over the news, and famous people, that they were afraid, they didn't want to start trouble. So police Chauvin is the one that got the death of political problems between the liberal and the conservative. And then there's also the pillar of existence of human beings to live. All the people have lived all different ways now. Our country is globalized. It's multicultural, intercultural, and then it has all these issues going on, from drugs to economy to world control to the CCP virus, the CCP vaccine. All these problems are going on all at once, and so that's a very high pillar of light. And the people are still existing because America is a beautiful country, and we still have many rights, but we need to get back our rights. We need to take back America. We need to take back our truth, take back all the things that God has given us to achieve as human beings in freedom. I know this is we are freedom. Freedom is the authentic being, to be who you are and to empower others with what you were given. Aristotle talks about in politics, in money, that someone is given a substance, or someone is given a subject. They're given something, and they have a choice to do exactly what the gift was for, or the substance was for, what to do at that action. There's a specific way that brings more correctness and preparation, to have a specific action to bring better preparation and better success of life and better justice. And then there's another way that's lesser, and that's what the lawyer did. The lawyer and the judge against President Trump, they brought less justice because they already took President Trump down before he even went in the court, because that's what she wanted to do. That's what she vowed. That's what she told the people. These are facts. She took a position in hierarchy as a public servant to bring President Trump down. And I believe that he's innocent. Also, the January 6th, when they asked to bring more people in to protect, they didn't. They didn't bring enough people to protect. And they used information that wasn't true to put everyone in jail. All those people should be released. And is it true? Look, is it true? In Lincoln, it showed that those buses that they said that there were buses of Trump supporters, they were painted over. They were FBI buses. And those people in the buses were people that weren't Trump supporters. They were people that acted as Trump supporters. Is that true? And then the people that killed the girl, and also did the violence and started the trouble, they were unidentified. Is that true? Look that up. Is that true? Look that up. We need to let all those prisoners go. Can't you see the whole situation of what they want to bring down? And the other pillar of light is the pillar of the government and laws and community laws and all laws and regulations. That's like regulation. Are you going to allow the school system to bring woke in your little kid's school and saying whether he's girl or boy when he doesn't even know how to do algebra? Or he can't even support himself, or she can't, and say that he's a girl and then a boy, and try to change his makeup? That's not natural. That's not normal. Anyways, the first substance of being in science and philosophy and politics, if you don't even want to put ethics in it, is the human being, a girl or a boy. There's only two genders that are the first substance of being. All the other genders are second substance of being. It's a man-made idea that's lesser than what specific participation of justice is supposed to be, as Aristotle, I was going to say as President Aristotle, as Aristotle says. And for me, it's Jesus Christ, as I'll say, just like President Washington in December 76, everyone knows he was Christian, and all those boys, all those men that wrote the Constitution and the Declaration, they're all believers of the Bible, Judeo-Christian ethics. That's me also. My name's Lisa Luciard. I wrote the book, Our Need to Give to the World, Heal America and Love in God, and Rise to God's Truth, Restore and Keep America's Freedom. So let's continue. So the thing is we have something really good here. If we look at because I want to say, look at this as a whole. This one chart I told you, and I look at this one paper, and look at it in your eyes. Picture it. It's a pillar of technology information, pillar of law and regulations, pillar of the existence of human beings, of all of us together in a globalized America. Then there's the rules and regulations of cities and states and government. Then there's, for me, the center is the spirit of life. And you know the human beings of America, the spirit of life. Look at alone all those protesters that want to protest against Palestine. They just don't want the Palestine to be deathly hurt. And they don't want the people to die. Neither do I. Neither do I. I don't believe in war at all. But we need to realize that we need to protect our country, protect the people, and do hindsight so we don't have death like we did in America. We opened the borders.